We gonna go live. We gonna go live. Yeah.
Are we live? We live, baby, yeah? We live, baby, yeah. What's up? What's in it? What's poppin'? Let's get it. We live. What you want to do? What you want to talk about? We here for you. So let us know what you want to talk about. Spitting on the track. Spitting with the hat on back. Words, we gonna get a laugh from yer. Can I get a yer in the comments? Yer. But I'm not a rapper.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another great, fun, exciting, wonderful, entertaining broadcast with Simone and
your boy Dylan. Yeah, there.
So tonight we finna talk about it all. So we got a couple of things on our agenda to talk about tonight. What's up? I like to watch NFL.
What up, though? I like to watch NFL. I'm so happy because Warriors exposed the Mavs.
Man, everybody exposed the Mavs. We're not talking
besides us.
Well, the thing is, every time we get on live, we always find ourselves in this Mavs versus Hawks debate.
You the one that brought it up?
He brought it up.
Yeah.
What's up, LJ Fields with the yellow hoodie? Okay, popped into that yellow. Yellow is good for melanin.
It is very good for melanin.
So, guys, Super Bowl weekend, how are you guys feeling? Let us know. Super Bowl is obviously coming up Sunday. Dang, that thing can't quit.
Well, it can't quit. In 2 weeks went by fast. Oh, what up, though, Karan?
What's up, Eric?
Uh-oh, hold up. Do I see a fresh cut on Eric Graham's head? Hold up now. Oh, man.
He got the light on tonight.
Right, I was saying that. Like, he ain't got the hood on. He ain't got the do-rag on. He got the nah, show it. Go ahead, show it all, bit dog. Let me see the fade on the side. The fade was giving.
It just did a little shape up, man. I ain't even gonna go.
Okay.
What's up, Bobby D?
Yeah,
Blazing.
Bobbity Blazing game.
Blazing game.
Jersey boy, what's up?
What up, though, Jersey boy?
So, Big Play Slay, my dude, what's going on with you? So, we're going to start off with our Super Bowl picks because it's only wrong if we don't give our Super Bowl picks. So, go ahead, Eric. Who you got?
I got the Chiefs, but I'm not super confident because but the Chiefs got Pat Mahomes, and that boy is magic. You know what I mean? So, but the Pats got Tom Brady. It's like, and that defense is going crazy right now. And the Chiefs, like they lost their left tackle and their right tackle. So it's but I mean, Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy, Patrick Mahomes, and all those weapons, man, and it was a close game back in week 12 when they played each other. The Super Bowl preview, and it was close. I think towards the end. So I don't know. Like I said, I got the Chiefs, but it's not a super confident pick. You know what I mean? So that's who I got. Who y'all got?
I'm right there with you, Eric, my guy. I got the Chiefs. I feel pretty confident about the Chiefs, though. As confident as you can get in the Super Bowl because, Super Bowl is really a toss-up. Any type of play can change the game. So I'm about as confident can be, which is like 55-60% confident in the Chiefs. So I'm going with the Chiefs as well. I think Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, it's just going to be too much for that defense. I mean, we saw you could try to game plan and scheme and fix up all you want, but you can't double cover everybody. And you obviously know from the first meeting in week 12, you got to double cover Tyreek Hill or old dude out there going to get burned. And if you do that, that's going to leave Sammy Watkins, who I believe is going to play. That's going to leave him open. That's going to leave Mecole Hardman open. That's going to leave Travis Kelce open. One of them, you can't cover everybody.
True.
Period. Patrick Mahomes is going to find the open dude. He's going to make something happen. He's shown to do that time and time again. Tom Brady, however, on the other hand, he threw 3 picks and the defense bailed him out. I don't think the defense can bail him out this time around. So I got the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs for that exact same reason too. Now, first of all these people, because we were just having a conversation with the Atlanta boys about I'm not betting against Tom Brady. Excuse me. I put Nick Foles head to head with Tom Brady, and my guy Nick Foles won. How did I get my first ring? Beating Tom Brady. That's on period. Okay? And Eric Graham, you were there at the Super Bowl. I was it because I had anxiety the whole time. You remember how I was at Super Bowl?
I remember that.
But I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs just because, like they said, Tom Brady exposed himself against the Packers. The only reason why they didn't beat the Packers was, like he said, the defense bailed them out. But it's gonna be some big play energy from the Chiefs where Aaron Rodgers just wasn't able to make that big of a play against the Bucs. But Patrick Mahomes not throwing 3 picks. Period.
That's true. That's true. So, like I said, my concern is them 2 tackles, though.
Yeah, that is
a concern.
That's a valid point.
That's a valid point.
They got them rush. The Bucs got them rushers up there. But Dylan's kind of making a good point because they got so many weapons. You can dump it off real quick. And you got them speedsters out there. And you mentioned all the receivers. Don't forget you still got what's the little guy's name? Delaire, and then Le'Veon Bell's gonna be playing too. I'm not sure how much of an impact he's gonna make, but that's another weapon, right? And I think they got a third too. So they got guys they can dump it to at the backfield, and they got guys, obviously they receiving weapons, that wide receiver and tight end. So, they might get to Mahomes, but he can dump it out, and he can probably step up in the pocket, make some moves, and rush too. So that's where I give the advantage, but. Again, I'm still not super confident. Dylan, you said 55, 60. I'm going more 51 to 52%.
I feel that.
I'm torn. It's too close.
It's close. It's gonna be close.
I want to see
a big factor with those with the tackles being out, because the one thing Tampa Bay gonna do, they're gonna put some pressure on the opposing quarterback. So I feel that's a good point.
Yeah. But like I said, they can dump it out quick. Andy Reid, they're probably scheming for that. Eric Reid and Andy Reid and Andy Bieniemy. Can't even talk tonight. Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy are probably scheming for that. Getting some quick dump offs. You know what I mean, real quick. So, and they'll figure it out. So,
Well, Big Play said, well, you could say that Tom Brady doesn't have the same challenge that Pat has with the O-line that the Chiefs have right now. I'm concerned a little bit. So Karen is a Chiefs fan. They said, imagine if we blitz Brady like we did Allen, though.
That's true. If it's one thing Tom Brady can't handle, it's a blitz.
He said, Jersey Boy said, Chiefs win in a shootout. Going to be a great game. It's definitely going to be a great game for sure. But Karen said, I appreciate y'all for picking us. No, we'll appreciate y'all for being Tom Brady.
Exactly. I appreciate y'all more for winning, so I need y'all to win.
So Bobby,
time respect though. I mean, he's still So everybody's putting this on Brady or whatever. He still got like a loaded team. You know what I mean? But the flip side is Jameis had the same team and didn't do.
Okay, but you're talking about Jameis can't make any plays. You put a guy who can make plays and break. And I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but I'm saying, come on now, he had to go into a Mercedes Benz. It's like that's the point I'm making. You could have put Matt Stafford on that team.
Yeah, that's
the point. You could have put Matt Ryan on that team. You could have put Tricky Nicky. Maybe not Nick Foles, because I'm saying any play. Okay, I just threw Nick Foles in there just to be funny.
We know you did.
But any playmaking any game manager quarterback, any quarterback that won't throw the game away, i.e. Jameis, i.e. Dwayne Haskins, would have been good with the Bucs. Come on now.
Boy, need help.
Who need help?
Dwayne Haskins needs help. Like,
yeah, he do.
What's going on with that guy?
He need to grow up. That's what he need to do.
Yeah.
Well, he with the Steelers now. That's a great situation for him.
It is. That's the best situation for him. Mike Tomlin's gonna get him right. Hopefully.
Okay. Didn't they lose their last 4-5 games in a row after starting?
I'm saying organization-wise, structure-wise,
yeah, structure-wise,
consistency-wise. Like, why are you looking like that? You hating on the Steelers?
I know. I just, man, if he couldn't get it right, where he was at. Like,
okay, but think about the Washington football team. There's a lot of quarterbacks they couldn't get it right with. So at some point, you like, is it now? Haskins messed up, but Washington football team is not no long-term place, organizational culture-wise.
I'm just saying. And how many surgeries did bro have on his leg?
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
A lot. I can't even begin. I don't even know.
He can beat him out, and then got bent. Like, it's just like I just don't got a lot of faith in the guy. Remind me of Jamarcus Russell. You remember him?
Ooh, one of the biggest busts of all.
Throwback.
How can you forget the biggest bust of all time? Ooh, that boy right there.
Big Pun said, "Hey, come on, what's up? Just stopping to show love. Eagles fans here cheering for Andy Reid, right? Andy Reid, my coach. Period. Here for Andy Reid. There is a Chief Nation in South Philly. Okay, but yeah, we always gonna be here for Andy Reid. That's our guy. Point blank. Period. What's up, Jason Winningham? What's going on?" He said, "Wait a minute, there is no hating on the Pittsburgh Steelers." I think he's talking about
nobody.
He said black and yellow.
Nobody. I'm just saying, I just don't have faith in Dwayne Haskins. That's all I'm saying.
No. Dwayne Haskins, I don't see Dwayne Haskins being the starter. I feel like they're going to either get somebody in the draft or make a trade.
And
there's no way Dwayne Haskins is going to be starting in September. There's no way.
Nah, I don't see that.
Nah, not over Big Ben. Even as old as he is, not over Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben coming back. He's going to be the starter if he comes back.
But then it's a lose-lose. Ben go, like I said, Ben go throw 3 picks. Dwayne go throw 6.
Not 6.
I'm saying it's a lose-lose between Ben and Haskins. There's no winner there.
I mean,
at this point,
you still won 11 games with Ben. So, you know what I mean?
That's true. But I'm saying Ben he looks so. Remind you, he's been looking bad all season. That wasn't the first game Ben threw away. Ben couldn't make no deep pass to save his life all season.
He old, yeah. He old. But
so they going forward, Ben. They got to make a move.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, hey, I ain't no Steelers fan, so I mean, speculate.
He looked so embarrassing. It was hard to watch.
He was looking like spoiled milk at the end of the season. Period.
He said Carson Wentz getting traded by next week. What's your take on that, Eric?
You know, that's a funky situation, and honestly, I think as a rival, you know, obviously I'm kind of close to the situation. I think y'all are better off with Carson. I don't think that Jalen Hurts should be starting right away. Y'all pay Carson all that bread. If you really look at it, man, Carson has made some bad decisions, yeah, but I think he's still the better overall talent at the quarterback position. He's got to have some consistency, you know what I'm saying, in that organization too. And not have everybody injured. I mean, y'all went to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. Bro got hurt. Okay, he didn't play the Super Bowl, but ever since then, it seemed like everybody he been throwing to been injured or dropping balls or whatever, and then he gets all the blame. Like, yeah, he has made some bad plays, but at the same time, it's like who he throwing to. And then you got Jalen Hurts. He came in, had a good game or two, whatever, but he's still a young guy. I still think I don't write off Carson Wentz that easy. I think if you give him some healthy, a full season with some guys, you know what I mean, a decent coach, like I think he can make some plays. He's not like horrible, and I've always thought that about him. So, him staying healthy and receivers staying healthy, I think that y'all should keep him, and keep Jalen Hurts too. I mean, that's who y'all drafted, but I don't think y'all should get rid of Carson because Jalen's not going to come in win like 11 games. He might win 6 or 7. Maybe that's upper end. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. I really don't think y'all should trade him. But you can do what y'all want. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want to tank,
take Jalen.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to the whole Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts thing. It's tough because I don't even know. Carson giving seeing ghosts to me. I mean, I don't know what Carson got going on. I mean, Simone's been saying this for a while. It's like ever since Jadeveon Clowney put that hit on him in that playoff game, he hasn't been right since. So
he knocked the stars out of him. He knocked the juice out.
Right, exactly. He knocked that MVP out of him. He knocked all the good decisions out of him. I don't know what's going on.
Oh God, leave.
So I don't.
See, my thing is, hold on, let me get to some of these comments. So Jason Winningham, of course you want Carson to come to Pittsburgh. Y'all got to give up a lot for that. He said, we'll get Carson Wentz. You guys will get Big Ben. We good, love. And we'll turn into a Super Bowl champion. So my thing is with Carson, I don't think at this point, like, if everything was perfect, Carson would be the starter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Obviously, Carson is the better quarterback. Like, forget this past season. Like, if things stopped before the season, obviously Carson Wentz had an MVP campaign. Obviously, Carson Wentz would have been the better quarterback than Hurts. But it's just the way Carson's been responding to the quarterback controversy. And it's just like recently he took Philadelphia Eagles out his Instagram bio. It's just the little stuff like that. We got a new head coach. We got a new head coach. He didn't make a statement. Welcome to Philly. Nothing. It's just that kind of behavior.
He's not good. I saw a little interview he had on ESPN. He was stuttering.
Philly, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's not gonna be good next year for Philly. That's all right with me.
We still gonna beat y'all. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
All right.
Anyways, is it time to transition to the NBA? So
before we transition though, Dylan, we beat y'all last year. Yeah, I know that's why you're over there quiet.
First of all, it's 3 bad teams right now. None of us can talk trash about nobody right now. Like, to be honest,
I have to say a little sour, but let's transition now. We can transition to the NBA.
No, we can't transition now. Hold up, Eric. You thought I was just going I can't let you have that. Congratulations, Eric. Okay. First of all, Eric, we gave y'all that game. Y'all did not win that game. We gave y'all that game.
First of all,
it's an L on y'all, W on us. We took advantage of what y'all gave us, so we had to. You're
welcome. You're welcome. That ain't happening again. You're welcome.
I hope not. Like, it shouldn't happen in the first place.
You're absolutely right, Eric. You're absolutely right. It shouldn't have.
That game, oh my goodness! I was in here doing the dirty bird, literally. Wasn't I?
We was on live.
We were on live, Eric. Thinking the game was over.
Already wrote the game off.
We wrote the game off,
and the Falcons made us look like some liars.
And they were like, the people in the live were like, "Hold up, y'all. Something's going on." We're like, "No." It was so embarrassing, Eric. It was embarrassing.
Hold up, y'all.
We were like, "Wait, look, we don't turn the TV." We're like, "Wait, oh what?"
Took all of our credibility.
Took all of us, snatched it right up under us like a rug. But let's transition over and talk a little bit about the NBA. So, what's up with Lonzo Ball? Lonzo Ball, obviously on the trade block again. Can the man lay his head somewhere?
Can the man find a home? Can he buy a house long term?
Can he give something to
Can he be established?
He started off the season kind of hot, with that shot. I was like, all right, now come on, Lonzo. But he ain't really making too much noise. He out there whispering. So his brother turning up though.
I know. Yeah, LaMelo looking good.
His brother making him look bad. His brother making him look
bad. As LaMelo be doing, it'd be like,
I'm just trying to figure out what happened to LiAngelo.
He trying to figure out what happened.
What happened to LiAngelo?
Look, Big Daddy trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah. But LeVar knew. There was an interview I saw like a long time ago. He knew Lonzo and LaMelo were gonna be good, but he said it was gonna take some work for LiAngelo, and it's showing. It's showing. So.
LeVar must have let LiAngelo fall through the cracks when they was all practicing in the backyard. I don't know what happened with that.
I mean, LiAngelo's got a little puff to him.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's not that tall, right? So the puffiness with the lack of height probably has a lack of speed to it, right? So you're not going to be able to keep up with guys. And I don't know his offensive game. Nobody does because he's obviously not that great, right? So it's not looking good for 2 out of the 3 Lonzo Ball brothers. But one of them,
they said we don't need another installment of Glenn Big Baby Davis.
Oh,
pretty much.
So here's what I'm about to spin to you guys. So Lonzo Ball, obviously on the trade block, it's a couple of teams that would be an obvious suitor. Obviously for Lonzo, the Chicago, the Chicago Bulls. They were saying obviously, Zach LaVine could use a facilitator like Lonzo Ball. Think about what that will unleash. Mind you, the Pelicans, Zion's been playing very well. Brandon Ingram's been playing very well. I haven't watched a lot of Pelican games, but I don't know if Lonzo is the disconnect there.
I haven't seen too much of the Pelicans.
But do y'all see Lonzo going to the Bulls? That seemed like an easy plug and play. But there's also some interesting teams Lonzo could land on. And if y'all have any interesting teams, I have one.
Who are you gonna say? Let's see.
What up, Sid?
What up, Sid?
I pitched it to y'all. Like,
okay, I don't know. Like, he's offensively just not there. He plays different, and every time I watch Lonzo, he looks like he's trying to figure it out. And it's like it's what is this, his third, fourth season, and nowadays, you don't get that much time anymore. It's like if you don't get it in your first, maybe second season, and it's like you're gone, and he's still like trying to. That's what I'm saying. His brother making him look bad because when you watch his brother play, he's playing with so much swag. He playing like he know what he's doing. So when I see Lonzo, it's just like, okay, you was on the Lakers. You had a couple good games where you showed some flashes. Okay, now you're on the Pelicans, and you had a couple good games here and there, but it's just like you don't have that consistency. It's hard for me to place him like on another team, but it's just like, okay, you're probably not going to start, so you're going to come off the bench, and then what you going to do off the bench? You're going to be playing with guys that are not as great. You're supposed to be making them better. And your game, when he first came in, he was a pass-first guy. Now when you watch him, he's just kind of, like I said, they trying to make him like a shooter, kinda deep. Like I don't know what he is.
Right.
So it's just hard to like say, oh yeah, he can be on this team because yada yada yada. Like naturally he's a pass first guy, but it's just like
I don't get that with some of these NBA players. Like obviously the Lonzo, it's like, and maybe I'm a selfish player, but I'm like, why don't you want to shoot? Like, why are you pass first? Shoot.
Well, so it's like it's nothing wrong being pass first. It's just when you're passive. Like so when you have
I saw a stat, it said, I'm getting them all mixed up now. It said Lonzo in the first 12 games, Lonzo only shot 12 free throws. That's just him not being aggressive. Through the first 12 games, he only shot, not went to the line 12 times. He only shot 12 free throws. Like,
yeah, so he's not being aggressive in terms of driving to the basket because they're trying to develop his shot, and it was falling kind of early, you know what I mean? But his form's gotten a lot better. But it's weird, man. Like you said, if you're not going to drive to the basket, create contact, and your shot's not good in this 3-point era league, it's just like offensively, what are you? Now he's pretty good defensively, and obviously he's a playmaker, kind of. But it's just like, what is he? What is he now? So it's that question in terms of where does he land? That's really hard. My honest answer is, and I don't like to say this, but I don't really see him long term, like in the league.
Just write him off like that.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to say, but it's just like, when you look at like the skills and stuff like that, it's just like what do you bring consistently? You know what I mean? And he's got some defense, and but like I said, every time I watch him. And I watched them probably a couple weeks ago. They were on ESPN. I forgot who they were playing. They might have been playing the Lakers, but no, it was the Hornets Pelicans game.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think he played that well that game. I think he had like single digit scoring. It's just like, he did have a good game. Him and LaMelo had both one night had 27 on the same night or something like that, or back to back nights, but. Again, it's just when I watch him, he's like figuring it out. Like it's just like I don't really have an idea.
Yeah, to me with Lonzo, I think he's kind of gotten away from what kind of got him in the league a little bit. I mean, his passing is still there. I think that's definitely still a strength of his. That was a strength when he came into the league, was passing ability to get others open and make players better. And I don't know if he's necessarily making players better now because most players on the court that he's playing with are already better than him. But, you know, his pass, he still makes some great passes. He still makes great decisions on the basketball court. Now, the thing about that is I think he needs to be more aggressive going to the basket like y'all were talking about. He's not being aggressive enough, getting to the free throw line, you know, and especially when your shot is struggling like it is now, like you said, Eric, it did start off pretty high. He was looking good. It was okay, Lonzo Ball finally got his shot right. But now that it's kind of broke again, he needs to go to the basket more, establish his game, you know, get some floaters, you know, whether it's going to the line and getting free throws. You know, when players in a slump, you see the veteran players do that, drop to the basket, get themselves to the free throw line, and get themselves back in the rhythm. And I don't know, and Lonzo isn't doing that. So maybe he needs to try that, and his shot will slowly start to come back. I don't see it. But yeah, if his shot keeps getting broke like it is now, I don't know. The trade market not even really going to be that high for him, because why would you want a guy like Lonzo? I mean, I don't know. A lot of these point guards can facilitate and score the basketball. I mean, you look at I'm saying Trae Young because I'm close to. Look at Trae Young. You look at Luka Doncic. You don't make that face here.
We are not doing this tonight.
I didn't see that. Go ahead.
You look at Trae Young. You look at Luka Doncic. You look at Zach LaVine, even though he's not necessarily a point guard, but you look at LaMelo, he can facilitate and he can score, so just different guys like that. Drew Holiday, so just guys like that who can facilitate and score. A lot of these point guards are already coming like that. So why would any team want a guy who really can only facilitate?
Big Pun got me dead. He said, "I agree. Lonzo should join force with Dennis Smith and G-League. Don't do our Pat boy like that, okay?
Nah,
Dennis Smith is holding
Dennis is in a. I was talking with somebody the other day. He's not in a good situation. He can ball, but he doesn't have a shot. He's very athletic, and he's not that big, right? So he can get you some dunks, but again, he's not that big. So who are you going to defend? And his shot's not there. So and he's got on the Knicks, he's got 4-5 guards in front of him. So it's not a good situation for him. I hope he can salvage what he has, because it's not looking good right now.
So I know somebody who's glad that they shipped Lonzo, and that is the Lakers. Big Play Slay said, "Thank God we got rid of him. That AD trade looks so good for us right now. Let's go Lakers." Yeah, the Lakers are still looking good, even though Tobias knocked y'all out that game.
That was pretty wild. That was a good game.
That game had me on edge.
Yeah, that was a really good game. When I watched, I was right there watching. He stopped, left wing, popped it, swish. Was like, dang. But I wasn't surprised because the game was just flowing that way. But,
yeah. Okay, so we got some questions. So Big Play Slay said, "I haven't really watched too much Pelicans games this year, but when I have, it looks like we definitely won the AD trade. The Pelicans look like a bad young team, and thank God for that." Then Sydney, and let me just lay this out. So Sydney got a couple of teams. So Sydney is a Pelicans fan via Zion and via Brandon Ingram, since they're both Duke guys. So she wants to know what do the Pelicans? Also in JJ Redick.
True.
Right.
Okay.
It was like just Duke pool.
Right. Very Duke pool.
What do the Pelicans need to do to be competitive? One of y'all can answer that, because I haven't really watched that much Pelicans games.
That's a good question. They're gonna have to find themselves an identity, because when I think about the Pelicans, they're just kind of a team with a lot of young talent, a lot of potential to me. They don't give me an identity. When I think about the New Orleans Pelicans, I'm like, how would the Pelicans really even beat me? I guess it's just if Brandon Ingram and Zion have a good game. They're relying a lot on like maybe two guys. There's not like a system. Like when you think of the good old San Antonio Spurs team, they had the good players, the Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, etc. But you knew they were going to move the ball around. You knew Tim Duncan was going to have his fundamentals. You knew Tony Parker was going to facilitate and come up clutch. You knew Ginobili created shots, but you knew the ball movement was going to be there too, and they were going to swing the ball around and move the ball. Same thing with the Warriors. They're going to move the ball around and get off good shots. And then with the like the Pacers of old, when they had Paul George and those boys, Roy Hibbert, they were going to play defense to kind of grind it out, have a grind out game. The Grizzlies, back in the day with Mike Conley and Marc Gasol, they were going to grind you out. They were going to play a slow half-court game. All those teams had an identity. This team, to me, doesn't have an identity. So that's to me what they figure. They need to figure out what their winning formula is going to be, what they do well. They need to figure out what their nucleus long term is going to be. Is it going to be Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Lonzo? Is it going to be Brandon Ingram, Zion, and Josh Hart or whoever? Like, what's their nucleus going to be, and what's their identity going to be, and how are they going to create a winning brand of basketball? Not just relying on just guys, but what system are they going to rely on?
And I agree with that 100,000%. The only thing that I have to say is the Pelicans are kind of in a tough spot because they're a team that they just keep getting wound up in these trades. Like,
that's very true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like whenever a trade it just busts up, they end up with 10 first-round picks and a bunch of young dudes, or just random compilation of guys that just get stuck together. Like JJ, obviously they got Zion, but Lonzo and Brandon landed there randomly, just woke up in New Orleans, and then they get Drew snatched from them. It's just like they just can't really find stability.
And that's what I'm saying. That's the point. They have to figure out who they're going to be and what their nucleus is, because at a point, once you got your nucleus, you got to say no to some trades. Part of the reason why they're in that situation, you can't get a force can't get traded upon a team. They have to agree upon a trade. So, they got to figure out what their nucleus is going to be. That's what I'm saying. They got to figure out what their nucleus is, figure out what their identity is, and what they're going to do moving forward. I feel like there've been a lot of limbo now, a lot of building, and that's a part of it too. They've just been a part of a big rebuild. So they just got to figure out what their nucleus is and how they're going to go about winning basketball games.
Yeah, so they got an old head coach and a lot of young players.
Yep.
So there's a disconnect there, maybe probably. Unless the young players are buying into Stan Van Gundy, but there's a cultural thing there, right? So that's like cultural, social, whatever. In terms of basketball identity, they got a lot of pieces to a puzzle, but they don't go together, right? So got Zion, he's leading the league in points per game in the paint, right? Obviously, well, not obviously, but not surprisingly, with the style of play.
Right.
So when I think about that, and I think about what they currently have around them, so you got Brandon Ingram, JJ Redick, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Frank Jackson. I mean, you got a lot of young guys, right? Like we were talking about Lonzo Ball. What is his identity? Okay, what is Josh Hart's identity? Frank Jackson. I mean, these are young guys trying to still figure it out.
Right.
The one guy who probably is solid, even Brandon Ingram. I mean, he's
balling.
He can put the ball in the hole, but he's still developing too, and I don't think he has an identity either.
Yeah.
The best guys in the league are the ones that are consistent and have an identity.
Yeah.
And right now, their best guy is Zion. You know what you're gonna get from that guy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whole lot of athleticism, whole lot of points in the paint. Okay. So surround yourself with so surround the team, center the team around that, right? So you got Zion, okay, points in the paint, can occasionally pop out and shoot. Okay. Now I'm thinking Stan Van Gundy. Who was a points in the paint guy? Dwight Howard. What did they do in Orlando? They surrounded Dwight with shooters. All right. Yep. That's what I'm thinking about the Pelicans. Okay. If you're going to play and play around, if you're going to have an identity, make that identity around Zion. Brandon Ingram as a secondary scorer around with shooters and one or two playmakers or some consistent shooters. The best shooter they got on their team, obviously, is JJ Redick, right? But after that,
right.
You know what I mean? So and that's what I remember watching that game when we were talking about the Hornets and the Pelicans game. And I remember watching the Pelicans like what are they, what's the deal? I mean, you got, Zion and Brandon, but Zion, okay, boom, I'm going to dunk on you. Brandon Ingram, he going to throw up some shots, what everybody else going to do, So, like you said, they got to figure out an identity. What do they need? They need an identity. I think they need shooters around Zion, let him do what he's going to do in the paint, and then build from that. That's the same thing that they did with Dwight Howard in Orlando, and they got to the finals. They lost, but they still got to finals and was very competitive for a few years with that formula. So maybe they got all the pieces to make trades, right? So make some more trades, get some shooters, some smart guys, one or two smart vets.
Yeah.
And I think they can do some work. When they got rid of Drew Holiday, that's a smart vet. And
Mhm.
as far as I know, they're paying for it right now. I don't know the Pelicans' record, but it's not. I know it's not that great, and they're paying for it right now. So you get a smart vet or two and a bunch of shooters around Zion and Brandon, they can do some work. You know what I mean?
So hopefully they're moving in the right direction because they are trying to move some pieces now. So, they're not getting moved on. They're trying to be the initiator.
Right.
So hopefully that means that they're going to get it together. Because I like Zion. I like Brandon. I like watching them play. I want to see them in a real good system. So Philly the podcast is a Nets dude. He said,
Philly.
when do the Nets pick up their trophy?
Never.
Look, Nets the Nets are super fun to watch. I would say that. But why is it super fun to watch? Because it's a shootout.
And y'all got to work on y'all defense, boy, because in the playoffs, a team is going to figure out how to slow y'all down, i.e. the Lakers.
So I think they said that the Nets were, of course they said this, are obviously looking to make a trade for a center. I saw.
I need to.
Who would they get, though?
Andre Drummond.
I was thinking that, but they got to move a lot of pieces for Andre.
Yeah.
Do they even have pieces left to move?
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Who they got left?
What if they gave up?
Because DeAndre Jordan not going to be enough. Y'all not going to give up. I would have to think Joe Harris at this point is.
They can't give that up.
You can't give up Joe Harris. Obviously, you're not moving the big three. They're not moving the big three.
Look.
They're not getting Andre Drummond.
Yeah, Andre Drummond, right? That was not right because they really don't have nothing left.
Okay,
y'all took all y'all depth to get James.
Okay, so
and all y'all assets? Who's
a big man they could get that's worth getting? Because the ones that's easy to get is not going to be changed the scope.
Dwight.
That's a good answer. Hey, that's a good answer though, because
we need Dwight.
I don't know what his contract is like, but Dwight can come in for the low.
It's not like a 1 year deal.
He's on a 1 year vet, but we need Dwight.
Yeah.
So that'd be perfect for the Nets, but the Sixers gonna give him up.
We're not giving up Dwight.
If I'm the Sixers, I'm not giving him.
They got Tony Bradley.
Who?
Avery Bradley.
No, Tony Bradley. He's our third option. No, he's behind Dwight Howard.
Look, if the Nets got any draft picks left, we'll give y'all Bruno Fernando.
Bruno Fernando.
Yeah, it's just that situation. They're not going to play defense though. They're not going to.
James not like playing with big man.
He don't like playing with nobody.
We're gonna see. The Nets obviously they need something. They gotta clog that pipe in the middle, okay? Because
Philly, who y'all got left that y'all could trade? What assets?
They're not. Philly is not trading anybody to the Nets. Like that's
no. He's saying Philly. He's talking Philly the podcast.
Yeah, I'm saying Philly. Joe, who do y'all have to trade besides DeAndre Jordan?
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. I'm sorry.
My bad. Damn it for a big man. Watch, we got 400 guards.
But the Cavs don't need no more guards, do they?
And then who wants that package, yo? Who is taking that?
I'm not jumping out my TV screen to get Brown and Shamet. Sham is cool. Sham is cool, but Sterling Brown, is that his name? Sterling Brown? I forget. But
well, I was thinking Shannon Brown. I'm thinking back in the day.
You went back.
Okay. Brown. We got another good question in here. So I think he said Cavs got 500 centers. That's true, though.
It is true.
But guess what? The Nets gave them their centers.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, buddy. You know what we're going to do. Yeah. So we all agree the Nets are super fun to watch, but they're going to get exposed unless they make a big move, right? For a big man.
They can't. They don't have they're not going to make a big move. They can't. I don't think.
Okay, not a big move, but an impactful one. Like they're not getting Dwight, but even if they got Dwight, that'll be impactful. I'm not saying getting Andre. I'm saying big meaning impactful.
So now, if you're looking to get a big, you gotta look out west. Ain't nobody in the East about to give them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, right? So who's out west? And I'm thinking I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. Actually, the first person I thought was Steven Adams, but I don't know his contract.
Steven Adams, he's been playing good this season.
Yeah,
too.
Steven Adams. Yeah, that's a good answer. Steven Adams. It's just what would they have to give up for him? I feel like they wouldn't have to give up too much for a guy like Steven Adams.
But
he's solid, but he's not He's not.
He's not on the trade block though.
Yeah, I don't think
because they said we're trying to move JJ, we're trying to move Lonzo.
Yeah, and they just got Steven Adams this offseason.
And he been gobbling up the rebounds.
Yeah, Steven Adams is solid. He's a good player.
Yeah. That question is hard to answer in terms of like who they will get.
All right.
So we got another good question here.
What's up?
In your guys' opinions, who's the biggest threat to the Lakers? In my opinion, it's the Jazz. They have so much talent and they can score with ease.
Yeah.
Clippers.
I was gonna say the Clippers too.
Because no shade to the Jazz, but ain't nobody scared of Donovan Mitchell and Bojan Bogdanovic and Mike Conley. I'm sorry. That's just they not moving the meter.
And Rudy got a 30-piece from Jokic the other night, and it's like, dang.
Exactly. Rudy Gobert, people think he's all this scary shot blocker dude. AD can have his way with Rudy. AD is not losing any sleep over Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's the Clippers.
Dennis Schroeder is not losing any sleep over Mike Conley or Donovan Mitchell.
Right.
I mean, it's
definitely not
the Lakers got too much talent to be worried about the Jazz.
Yeah, like I said, it's the Clippers for sure.
It's got to be
Leonard, Paul George. I mean, Paul George he said he's trying to make a little comeback this season. Now we still got to see in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he been looking good. He made that clutch shot against the Nets.
He did.
Yeah. So, and Kawhi gonna be Kawhi. So
right.
And don't sleep on that Morris guy. It's Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, he always hits.
Oh yeah, gritty, make big shots too. Yeah,
he got a real nice jumper. Like,
oh yeah,
that's the ball. So, and then Patrick Beverly, scrappy guy, right? So he gonna give problems to whoever's running that point. So,
but the Lakers got the other Morris twin though.
Yeah, he not as good though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's pretty obvious too. But I mean, it's still the Lakers coming out the West. But I in terms of who's the biggest threat, it's definitely the Clippers. Because who else, right? We talk about the Jazz. It ain't the Jazz. My sleeper was always the Nuggets.
Yeah, the Nuggets.
And
they've been looking.
We saw what happened last year. Now let's see. And then last night, 2 nights ago? I mean, they played the Lakers and lost too. Pretty handily too. Yeah. But it's one game. Not the Blazers. They hurt and stuff, right?
The Mavs looking the same.
Mavs not looking good this year so far. Who else?
The Suns came out hot, but then
the Suns came out hot. Yeah.
Well, he been hurt.
Who Book?
Mm-hmm.
He came back though. I think.
Yeah.
I think he's back. I think because he just hit a game winner, didn't he?
Because they were on a losing streak, but Devin Booker was out, so I don't know how much of their losses was accredited to him being out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because you can't be looking at records now at face value. You got to see who was playing.
Yeah, I'm watching ESPN now, but that's what I'm saying. Like I think he came back off the hammy, and then he hit a game winner.
Yeah, I remember him in the game coming back in the game winner.
Yeah, so if he can, because that's always been Devin Booker's thing, is staying healthy. If he can stay healthy, the Suns can be a really a big problem too. I don't know who they got come off the bench though, but Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker, I think that's a solid 3 levels right there. Big man, wing, and point guard.
They're just not deep. They're not deep enough to handle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Lakers got depth at every position.
Mm-hmm. So, and they do, like you said, up top. You know what I mean? With their bigs, obviously on the wings. And a point, right? So offensively and defensively, this is probably the deepest team LeBron James ever had.
Oh, easily,
and it's showing because he's
just coasting.
He's coasting here, Dennis.
Right?
Yeah.
Work.
Right.
Yeah. And do not sleep on Horton Tucker. That guy is coming.
Oh, Horton Tucker is nice, gritty,
real long arms,
physical,
real long arms, physical, not afraid to drive to the hole.
Yeah, he'll throw his weight around.
Yeah, so he's nice. But yeah, that answer is still Clippers.
Yeah, I'm still a Clippers. That defense, and then if Paul George playing right,
it's a problem.
Paul George gonna be the who showing up in the playoffs.
Not the next barbecue chicken to his beat.
The Nets is barbecue chicken to Embiid, and the Sixers now that even with Jared Allen, anybody was scared of Jared Allen. I said,
John Collins dumped on Jared Allen.
Jared Allen's right.
John Collins put Jared Allen on the poster. Ain't nobody scared of Jared
Nobody
Allen.
was scared of Jared. Nobody scared of DeAndre.
Exactly.
Jared Allen wasn't it. Either.
Honestly, old DeAndre Jordan was more intimidating than Jared Allen. Come on now. That fro wasn't fooling nobody.
No, that fro not fooling nobody.
That fro actually put a target on his back.
You're right.
Bro, this is not 1972. He's trying to be
not aggressive enough.
They said we're gonna dunk on that, bro.
Right, bro. Now don't give him don't sleep on, bro. I mean, he was out here blocking shots.
But he was okay. Is he a good big man? Yes. Was he ever gonna be a matchup for Embiid? No. Never. No. He wasn't a matchup to John Collins.
I mean, everybody gets caught slipping now and again. So
but I'm saying consistently, I've seen him up until he got traded. He never posed a threat.
Yeah.
Like he never posed a threat. Like
he never moved the feet.
That froze.
Like maybe against a mediocre team, but like y'all got a lot of good bigs. Y'all do.
Mm-hmm. Clint, pretty good job cooking them.
Yeah, Clint, y'all, and I'm saying So these are teams.
Clint dunked on him too in the same game. He got dunked on twice. Clint dunked on him too. Right.
I'm just saying, Jared Allen was never going to be the answer to Embiid.
Yeah. So,
but Jason said, what is the next move for the 76ers? The next move has to be getting some depth at the point guard position. Jason, if you've been tuning into me before the season started, I said we need veteran help at the point guard position. Ben Simmons obviously is not going to be here every night, especially with COVID. Last night, you took Ben Simmons away. Our 3-point percentage dropped to 25%. We got no real facilitators coming off the bench behind Ben Simmons. Shake, no. Tyrese, no.
But they was putting the ball in the hole though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they score first type guards. Like we were saying, we need a pass first type facilitator. Like Ben Simmons' facilitation is I say a million and one bad things about Ben, but the guy got the magic wand to the offense. Like,
so do you need another facilitating point guard or just another facilitator, period, right? So what if it comes up?
It could be another facilitator. It doesn't have to be at the point guard position, but just another guy who could facilitate. It don't got to be the point guard, but just another facilitator.
Yeah, a solid facilitator. That would have been clutch had Rondo signed.
I know. I wanted Ron or even a Jeff Teague. Like, I was like, we got to go big. Like, and of course, the Celtics grabbed him. The Hawks grabbed him. Nobody want to listen to me. I'm saying we need to get Derrick Rose, maybe. Like,
but the Sixers are still doing pretty well, right? I mean,
he said, "I remember I tune in every day," and that's why I rock with you, Jason. Okay.
The Jason Winningham.
Yeah, we're still doing good, but I'm just saying, like I keep telling my people on my channel, we're doing good, but who is the standard is the Lakers, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and what do the Lakers do? They build depth all around. They added pieces up until it's time. The clock is off. You can't add no more pieces. I'm saying, like, they build. They keep building. They got hella guards that can do multiple things.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're
fine, but I'm just saying, take Ben out and we don't have any facilitation. Yeah. So, and in a day and age with COVID and Ben has been missing games for his knee issue, he could be out any given night, is what I'm saying. So you take him out. We got insurance for Joel Embiid by getting Dwight Howard. We never insured our facilitator. I'm saying Dwight Howard is not Joel Embiid, but I'm saying he's not going to lose us the game with Joel Embiid on the bench for 10 minutes, is what I'm saying. Like, we don't have any. Who we got behind Ben, facilitator wise?
That's true in terms of play style. Yeah, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. So,
and then you got to remember this COVID time. Somebody can be out. He could be out tomorrow for 3 weeks. God forbid. But I'm saying, like, that's why you got to have, and especially since his knees been bothering him all season. He's been out 1 or 2 times for knee issues. I don't know if it was low management. He just said it was his knee, or if it was really his knee. But I'm saying, like,
okay, who's that facilitator? Whether it's a point guard. Okay. He gone. Jeff T gone. So who else? Oh, Lonzo.
I know. I just put up that video today.
Go check it out.
Look, go check out my channel where I said Lonzo Ball could be baby Ben Simmons off the bench. Because look though, Eric, not even just his facilitation, but obviously that perimeter defense.
I was just thinking, I was going to say, yeah.
Lonzo Ball can defend too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, like you said, it's pretty much excuse me, it's pretty much the same thing as Ben Simmons, but
a baby big.
Yeah, but a better, believe it or not, a better shooter.
Right.
Imagine that. Alonzo be a better shooter than somebody, but
I love because he's shooting like 34% from three, I think, right now.
So
true.
No, so it's better than 0%.
But yeah, let's say you did have Lonzo on that team, right? Coached by Doc Rivers. I think you get something out of him, and then that'll lengthen his career. He'll get great coaching by Doc. So that'd be a good little pickup. I'm trying to think of a facilitating like wing. It's kind of hard to think of off the top of my head.
I know it's hard.
Yeah,
Bron, and he not up for sale.
You might say like who else outside of Bron and Luka, right? Bron, Luka, James, but Bron, Luka, and James Harden. But yeah, I don't know. I can't think of anybody outside of that. So
see, that's
y'all are fine though. Y'all are fine. Like every team has weaknesses, and
yeah, we're fine. I'm just saying if we're gonna do anything, that's the only real need I see us addressing. If we're gonna address anything, that's the only real need, and it's just tender because last night Ben didn't play. We played Portland. Portland had no CJ, had no Dame, and we got murked.
Murked.
What down?
What's up? What's the next question?
Oh, weak. All right, guys. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say before we hop off?
Let's go Chiefs and let's go Hawks.
Oh Lord.
I saw someone earlier. I skipped over his comments, but he was like, the Hawks got him frustrated.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm trying to think, man. This Nets team, if they can play just some average defense,
that would be scary.
Just some average, exactly. City said not the Nets. They'll lose to any team that's got shooters.
They can lose to middle of the pack type. They can play middle of the pack type defense, and they'll be all right. Because yes, they about to lose to Toronto, and they almost lost to us.
Because in this league, anybody can score.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
no shortage of scoring in the NBA.
It's way less defense, right, than it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Obviously no hand checking, right? All the rules now are geared towards scoring or allowing players to score the ball more. That's why you've seen everybody drop 40, 50 point, whatever. You saw Kelly Oubre drop 40 the other night.
Fred VanVleet dropped 50 on their head.
You know what I mean? But it's just like
50 burger on their head.
Everybody's scoring because it's easier to score, right? So you got the best scorers in the Nets, right? But then, again, they're not playing defense, and everybody else can score too, so they can lose on any given night, right? So, but if they can play average defense and just, you know what I'm saying? You see how they did against the Clippers. If it's a close game at the end, they got it because who's going to outscore James Harden, Kyrie, or who's going to get clutch bucket? Who's going to outscore in the clutch? KD, James, and Kyrie.
Right.
On one team. So if it's a close game, they got it. But if they lose, you know what I mean? So if they can play an ounce of defense, then they can do some things. But if not,
So I forgot Sid was a Nets fan via Kyrie Irving. So she's
oh, true. She was like anybody.
And so her core team is the Celtics. Obviously, Jason Tatum. I'll give her the Celtics though because she does live in Boston. Okay, and Jason Tatum. Then her branch teams are the Nets via Kyrie Irving and the Pelicans via all those. She has got me dead talking about some hair. Do you remember me?
What's up, Sid?
I'm trying to figure out. I just thought about this. Sid, I'm kind of hurt. How are you not a branch fan of the Hawks? Well, we got
She can't be everybody's fan.
You fake.
Obviously, she can be like in 3 teams.
Right, you might as well like 4. Then she have to like everybody. It's a Duke player on every team.
Yeah. So
then she got to be a Sixers fan because it said. Look, where does it end?
Right.
Oh man. Yeah. So.
But it was something I wanted to wrap up with. I can't remember it. Oh, nah, we already talked about that. We already talked about that.
He said yes, Sydney.
He said yes. He remembers.
Yeah, I said yeah. What's up, Sid? Yeah.
I forgot what I was trying to wrap up on, but I honestly can't even remember. So everybody, she said Cam let her down in the Sweet 16.
Okay, that's why.
So we all locked in on our teams. We got Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't have a team, but you're supporting LeBron, right?
Yeah. We'll say that.
I summed you up, and we know 76ers.
Got Hawks, LeBron, 76ers. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Man.
But lastly, let me get your take on All-Star Weekend. How you feel about it?
Oh yeah,
I don't like it. Of all places, Atlanta. So it's like, okay, if you go hosting somewhere, if you're the NBA, like, yeah, okay, Atlanta because everything open because they allow whatever. But at the same time, it's like Atlanta because everything open. So that if you're talking about COVID, it's like, you're running a high risk there, right? Because everybody's out, out and about. And that's going to be some player that's going to be out and about too, right? So.
Oh, they was going to do that anyway.
Right. So it's just like, I would much rather them had an all-star game. I would much rather them just have all-stars and maybe cancel the game. Mm-hmm. Or just do a game and not all the dunk contests and everything like that. Because the more events you have, the more risk, the more nights, right? And then the more risk you run of players catching COVID, and then you risk your season. And of all places, Atlanta, as much as I love Atlanta and, y'all live out there, obviously. So, but as much love as is for that place, I mean, that's a place in terms of COVID and in terms of protocols against COVID, that's the least resistance out there. So it's just dangerous for the league in terms of having a season, a full season, because you never know what's going to happen out there. So I do kind of agree with De'Aaron Fox in saying, I won't go as far as to say it's stupid. I would say it's definitely very risky. I say that. But I'm gonna be watching. If it's on, I'm gonna watch.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch. But there's definitely a risk being out there.
So Philly said, I'm from Louisiana, but I'm an Eagles fan, Pels fan, and Braves fan. You all over
okay,
Philly?
Let's go Braves. Shout out to the Braves opening the checkbook and re-signing Marcelo Ozuna, by the way. Shout out to them.
Yeah, nobody watched baseball. I'm just playing. But lastly, I really did want to say, anybody in this chat watch WandaVision? Eric Graham, you watching WandaVision?
Wow, boy.
Yeah,
Eric, you watch episode 5 yet?
Huh?
Did you watch episode 5 yet?
I watched it earlier. Yo.
Don't tell us. We gotta watch it. We gotta watch it.
I wasn't gonna spoil it. I'm not a spoiler, but this is probably the best season, the best episode. And episode 4 was great.
Exactly.
It's probably even better than episode 4.
It's probably only going up from here.
I was about to say it's heating up. It's heating up.
Yeah.
Marvel does not miss.
They don't miss.
I remember when I first seen Wanda, I was like, WandaVision, this is gonna be whack. Man, I was wrong. This show is good, all right.
You watch the Easter egg videos. You didn't watch the Easter egg videos on YouTube,
bro. Watch it.
Yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. So after every episode,
that's what we need to have a Marvel podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah. We can do that because I'm on there too. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but just go. It's up now on Disney Plus. Like, go watch it. It's I watched the episode twice, like back to back.
Wow.
It was like that. It was like that. And it's like I said, it's only gonna get better. Like you can they're bringing all the pieces together, and like it's still more pieces out there. So they gotta. Oh my god.
Yes, bro. Yes.
I'm gonna send you the link to the Easter egg videos we watch. They call New Rock Stars on YouTube.
Yeah, I watched them.
You watched them?
I told you Rockstar is the best, bro.
New Rockstars is a little slow though. So like, there's a couple other YouTube channels like Emergency Awesome, and a couple other ones that I watch too. Like they all pretty much have the same stuff. Minus a few details here and there. Mm-hmm. I do like New Rockstars the most, but in terms of their Easter egg videos, they're a little bit slower.
Because they be picking out so many.
They be picking out like
yeah. So, because like Emergency Awesome and all them other channels, like they'll put it out real quick, like right after that.
Quick. So yeah, whoever's got it out tonight, that's what I'm watching.
Yeah. So go. Anybody on this live, if you watch WandaVision, go check. And you ain't seen the 5th episode yet, go check it out because it's like that.
Right.
It's.
That's how it is.
I'm ready to watch it.
That's how it is, though, for real. It's like that.
Watch it. I just, man.
I wonder how that Loki series is gonna be, though.
That's probably gonna be hot too.
Exactly.
No, Loki fine. Like Loki, I know he a bad guy, but he one of my favorite characters.
Yeah,
he is slick with it.
That's why they gave him his own show. They know like he real slick and he got like real good potential. If they do what they're doing with WandaVision.
Oh yeah,
bro. Loki.
They're gonna tear it up with Loki. They got that. They got Armor Wars. That one I'm a little shaky on, but I think the story
is the Armor Wars. Is that the one with old dude is Captain America now? Is that one?
That's Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's right. What's Armor Wars again? What's that one?
So from what I know, it's basically they taking Iron Man's suits and they doing bad stuff with them, like across like the world or whatever. Right.
That'll be good.
And then obviously Iron Man is dead, so you got Colonel Rhodes, Iron Patriot, or War Machine, whatever you want to call him. He'll be the protagonist there. Because he had the what tech was that? Not a quantum tech, nanotech.
Yeah, nanotech.
Yeah, and he died, right? So it's probably in the wrong hands, and then they're gonna do whatever with that. So, Armor Wars, Loki.
And the Thor movie coming out soon too. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, and then that movie got delayed with Black Widow. Well, Black Widow. Yeah. So Marvel's really doing their thing, and I'm really
Spider-Man 3 coming out soon too.
Who?
Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna be a multiverse thing. They're gonna be using all of
the old Spider-Man people.
Yeah, so
Marvel in a bag.
I'm like, it's hard not to spoil WandaVision. I'm gonna just.
Okay, so stop. We're about to wrap up. We're
going to lead the live there.
Right. So, Soul Exchange Music said, I have a strong feeling Wiz is going to Denver. Sound like something we're going to talk about tomorrow on the channel. But Denver is also favored to get Deshaun, so it's 50-50. I'm just about to get these comments real quick. I feel like they could trade Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz together. Package them up. Send them out. Package shit on this way. We could possibly get a first-round player and a second-round conditional. Yeah, so we definitely going to talk about Carson Wentz to Denver tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Turn your notification bells. If you guys watch WandaVision, don't spoil nothing, but we can have a conversation about that too. We versus sports and culture.
Sports and culture, okay?
All right, guys. Bye.
Appreciate you, Eric.
Yeah.